Good evening, and also maybe good morning and good afternoon, depending on where you're joining from the world. Because this is not just for Sri Lanka. This is a message from Sri Lanka to the world. So wherever you can go, this is your webinar today. So welcome to our exclusive webinar on transfer pathways, where opportunities don't wait. So you can create your own pathway to global destinations. So let's be real for a second. We've been told that the traditional way is the only way. That means going directly abroad. But today we are here to challenge that. We are here for the dreamers, the doers, and the students who are ready to take control of their own future. So, why wait for a door to open when you can build the whole hallway for your own self? So, today we are showing you exactly how to do it. Not just through Colombo International Campus, but also our proud owners. So that is through our transfer pathways. So let me give you a very good introduction. So before we dive into how, let me tell you who is backing our journey as well as your journey abroad. So welcome to Campus Direct, your leading career guidance, counseling, and student placement service center. They have an experiential history of over 17 years in the industry, sending international students with a proud legacy of providing world-class educational consultancies. So, and they have been instrumental in guiding countless students towards successful placements in not just one country, not just two countries, but universities, top universities across UK, USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Germany, Singapore, and Malaysia. So whether you're in Colombo, Kandy, wherever you are, our team is there to give you personalized and also quality, convenient advice at every single step, from the education background to also until you go abroad. So from the application, from the first application to the moment you step onto the campus, the university in another country. So we are not just consultants, we are your partners shaping your future, both Colombo International Campus and Campus Direct. So you all know a little about Campus Direct, who Campus Direct is and what they stand for. If you all are joining this webinar, you also might have heard about our campus, Colombo International Campus. So the powerhouse right here in Sri Lanka, in Borella, is proudly powered by the vision and the empire built by our directors, Mr. Amrit and Mr. Suresh, who started Campus Direct long ago and saw a vision for a campus in Sri Lanka to fulfill the students' education and qualificational background for them to be fit to go abroad with the proper qualifications and not just fall in trouble. So they are the right advisors. So let me tell you a little about who we are, Colombo International Campus. For who doesn't know about us, we are proudly called as CIC or Colombo International Campus, and we are located right here in Borella in Dadli Senanayaka Mawatha. We are dedicated to providing comprehensive and cutting-edge education for everyone, from after O-levels to even if you're a working person, we still have your professional qualifications lined up for you. Whether you are a student after your O-levels or A-levels, or even a seasoned professional working to upskill your qualifications or even to have education qualifications, we offer diverse programs. So if you're after O-levels, we have programs from foundation in IT to business, and which is equivalent to your A-levels. Also, if you're after A-levels or after your foundation, or you're a seasoned professional to get a qualification, education, academic background, we have HND, which is the first 2 years of a degree in IT and business. In IT fields, we do have specifications, which starts with AI, which is a hot topic these days, cybersecurity, network engineering, and also in business, we have entrepreneurship, small business management, accounting and finance, and business management. So with these fields, this is the HND, and you always have the option to transfer abroad or to stay in Sri Lanka to finish your degree. So also, one more thing, we also have a specialized certification course, which is a 4-month certification course for AI. So it is a applicable, or it is readily available for anyone to do it. Meaning, if you're after O levels, if you want a hint of what artificial intelligence is, which is a very hot topic, as I said, so it gives you a hint. It also gives you a strong introduction to anyone, even if it's a professional who is interested in, maybe if you are into the IT field, you do need, these days you do need a hint of AI, what AI is, because AI is actually glamorized, a hot topic these days for anyone who wants to do it. So yeah, that's also adding to the qualifications which CIC provides. So we have from foundation to HND, also for certification courses. So we have a quite experienced and well panel today with a lot of qualifications who has the ability to guide you through multiple destinations, not just one, like I said earlier. So to guide us through this, we have an incredible panel consisting of three people. First, a man who needs little introduction because he has been guiding the whole of CIC and Campus Direct for quite a long time, Mr. Amrit Veerasekara. He's the director and co-founder of Campus Direct UK and also Colombo International Campus, with 17 years of experience, 17 years plus experience. He has built the strategic bridges that allow our students to cross over into top tier global universities worldwide. So he has also introduced the path from Sri Lanka at your convenience to go abroad, which is Colombo International Campus. So joining him, we also have Miss Abasha Valawatta. Abasha Miss has over 10 years in the industry and is a New Zealand licensed education counselor. If you have a question about this Kiwi life or the New Zealand pathways, she is your go-to expert. And finally, Miss Ayanti Pires, our multi-destination manager at Campus Direct. With 15 years of experience and her ICEF certification, Miss Ayanti specializes in managing multiple country portfolios, not just one, but multiple country portfolios. She knows the ethical and also the global standards of recruitment inside and out. So these experts not just know how to get the visa, but they also know what you need to have to get your visa, to get to the right university that suits you, not just the university which will give you which you need, but they will also show you the right university, they will show you multiple options, not just one, but multiple options which you can consider and outweigh your pros and cons. So to begin this session, let me invite Ms. Abasha and Ms. Ayanti to talk about the global reality. This is where rubber meets the roads, actually. So so we had this survey running for quite some time, and we got few concerns in matters of certain destinations and also certain glamorized questions which students found a little concerning when they go to an agent or when they pick a country or when they pick a university. They had problems from IELTS to PT and also when they were picking a destination. If I'm to start with Miss Abasha and Miss Ayanti, Miss Abasha, can I know? So this question goes to both of you, even Mr. Amrit, if you want to chip in. So there is this, what is this realistic on-campus or part-time earning potential for an undergraduate student in the key destinations, and how does that compare to the cost of living or tuition contribution?
Okay, Karishma, am I audible to you?
Yes, Miss Abasha.
So it's like this, like if someone is like, doing their undergraduates, we are not like recommending student to like, depend on like 100% tuition fee earning from like part-time. So that is not like very practical thing to do, because like you have like when it's come to undergraduates, like you have like all 5 days classes. So like you need to put like, like extra effort like on your studies. So in that case, we are not recommending student to like, depend 100% on their part time. But we have seen and we have witnessed like there are so many students, they have like earned a lot and also like contributed to their tuition fees as well. uh, like especially in New Zealand, like student like pay their tuition fee before they go. So on that case, they are like actually saving money for their second year. So that is very practical. I can't say that like, you can or you can't. It's depend on you. But like you have like 25 hours work rights during your study period, and also like 40 hours, that's been full-time work rights during your vacation. This is include your summer vacation plus your Christmas holidays as well. So yeah, like actually you can completely cover your living expenses with your like 20 or 25 hours earnings. But we can't like tell that like you can completely cover your tuition fees from your part-time.
Yeah, I think Basha gave a very good answer. Covering the tuition fees is quite difficult task. However, that is not practical anyway. Um, and I think it's better that students do understand that the opportunities are there, but unless they pass their subjects really well and also get better grades, they would be limiting themselves. So, getting moving on to the topic of this whole webinar as well, the transfer pathways, I think that's where it plays a key role. Opportunities for students to actually study a couple of years in Sri Lanka and save that massive cost of tuition fees as well as living costs, and look at transferring in for the opportunities of either 2 years or 1 year, depending on the country that they want to go, would be an ideal option as well. If you're looking at that, rather than trying to overwork yourself and probably stressing out your parents as well. So just something to add.
Miss Sayanti, do you have anything to add to that?
We can move to the next.
We also have this question about PR, because students mostly they go and they want to settle down in this country, or very little actually wants to come back. But if they want to apply for PR, for students whose ultimate goal is for PR, which destinations are currently offer the most straightforward and beneficial post-study work permits and clear pathways to permanent residency?
I will give a small idea about PR. Something I always say. Is a very wrong opinion that students have, thinking that PR is the most important thing and they select everything based on those things. But the main thing is, from a student's point or a parent's point, the student should always study what they really love. Unless they are excellent in whatever they do, there is no future. So there could be many subjects which offer PR, and also you cannot say one country is better than from another country. All the countries do have opportunities in a global aspects, but however, there are certain countries that settling down or getting permanent residency is easier. Example, I would say even New Zealand, to that matter, is a slightly easier one. Canada, Australia, and then of course UK also to a certain extent, because once you study, you do get, with the new regulations as well, a minimum of 18 months post-study work visa. So which is more than enough time. If you are a student that who's good in your studies, definitely can get that opportunity to say back.
The
Like,
other question,
yeah.
yeah.
To answer that questions like about New Zealand, like actually we can't give like PR guidelines through the webinar because we are not the migration agents. So what we can tell is like it's very possible. So it's very streamlined process happening in the New Zealand, and also student get like enough post study work visas, so they can like earn the score which is required for PR and apply straight away. So it's very easy. So if someone wants to know more details about like immigrations or the PR process, they can simply log into Immigration New Zealand website and get all the information. It's very straightforward. And also if someone wants to know more details, we can like give like one by one, but like since it's a webinar and we are not a migration agents, we can't give like exact information about PR.
Um, there's a question. Thank you, Ms. Abash, for saying that. There's a question directly sent to us. It's asking whether they want to know if there are any scholarship opportunities and how they can manage if there are any scholarship opportunities. I know it depends from university to university and also country to country, but maybe we could guide them a little bit.
Yeah. There are many scholarship opportunities from all the universities, including full scholarships as well. Of course, these are highly competitive academic scholarships mainly. Um, I know some universities do consider certain other extracurricular activities to a certain extent, but mainly it's academic focus. And if you do have excellent results, and um, virtually all the countries do have, and all the universities do have some type of scholarship for academically excellent students. And we are more than happy from a campus direct end to guide the students. And even last year, we had a student going into Deakin University who got a full scholarship. And in the past also, there are so many students who have gone in. And recently also, I guided one of my students who was in the UK, asking to go to Australia. She got a full scholarship for her PhD. So there are opportunities. There is no reason to say one country is better than another again. But of course, these are highly competitive scholarships. Obviously, need to apply and need to apply to multiple destinations. And also, just because someone applies, also you would not get a scholarship unless you are exceptionally good. We must remember we are competing with the rest of the world for these scholarships, and not only from Sri Lanka or maybe a couple of destinations as well. And of course, niche subjects also do have certain scholarships, or some students who are really good into research, or, mm, or done something exceptionally different from the other students, not only just academics, but maybe innovator might be having this opportunity to get scholarships. But I do always encourage students to apply for the scholarships. I also have realistic expectations around this. Sometimes you might not get a full scholarship, but even if you do get a part scholarship, also it's very important to look at university's ranking and the subject area that you're studying. Even if you do get a scholarship, if this is the actual course that you would like to study.
Ms. Abasha, is there anything you want to add?
No, that's it. It's depend on like your curricular, like extracurricular activities and your academic. Uh, like you have. So and like in New Zealand, like there are like so many scholarships available, 100% plus. And also like if you're going for a PhD, they are like giving scholarship to cover your living expenses as well. So the opportunities are there. Like you need to select the right program and right university. So we can guide them like throughout the process, but we can't guarantee scholarships because it's always depend on your academic excellence.
So extracurricular and curricular both can be applied for scholarships, yeah?
Yes. Like especially like when it's come to undergraduates, like it's not only your academic they are looking at. Like they will be looking at your extracurricular activities, maybe your sports, like or else like the like other extracurriculars like you have done like during your study period. So everything is count like when it's come to scholarships.
So with that, I can move to the other question also, because the other question was related to upskilling and employability. So how does upskilling, or meaning a certificate or a diploma course completed in Sri Lanka, enhance my transfer application and eventual job prospects abroad? Are there specific certifications that are highly valued by partner universities?
any other qualification would be helpful, especially when it comes to competitive areas of studies and competitive jobs. So definitely those will be valuable. And of course, if you look at Pearson's programs, they are highly regarded globally, and being one of the largest bodies in the world for examinations and teaching, obviously those are fine. It is very important to select where you are, but if you are looking at things like micro credentials, those things also into areas like AI, as you explained before, would be very, very valuable when you want to go in and get real life jobs.
If I may add, Karishma, so since it's about scholarships, I think get a good scholarship, the best thing to do is apply as early as possible. Get the information as early as possible. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna switch on my camera because I have a very bad internet connection. Uh, I'm audible as well. So when it comes to scholarships, there is a longer process. You need to get a secure offer first and then apply for major scholarships like 100% or 50% when it comes to Australia. So the best thing a student can do is without waiting till they get the results, without waiting till the last minute, it's best they come, talk to the counselors, and get to know how their process would work, the timeline, the deadlines for scholarships, and all that to expect a higher scholarship.
So simply they have to be proactive as always. Yeah.
Very much, yes.
Also, y'all can ask questions in the chat box. Even if you share it to me privately, I will still ask the questions because we got another question from the audience. Can I know the age limit for the PhD in Australia and UK?
So for Australia, it's best, even though it's PhD, I think if we can keep it for a little less than 40, I must say, a bit safer. UK, Amrit, if you can maybe.
UK, good thing is there is no age limit for this kind of subjects. I think anyone at any age, UK does encourage to come in. Actually, we have guided some really mature applicants, maybe or even 60 plus going in for certain subjects because they're quite passionate about it. So, good thing with education and how UK looks at it is they are not trying to restrict anyone from coming in. And and the next question might be, okay, can a 60-year-old go for a PhD if really wanted? Will there be immigration risk? Not really, as long as you justify. Hope that answers.
Yeah, I hope you got the idea. And also, they also want to know the age limit for a master's.
Yeah, in UK is very open to this, but again, preferably it should be realistic. We should be realistic, and maybe up to about 45 should be all right, as long as they can justify why they want to do this masters. And of course, you need to be concerned about other immigration regulations around it as well. Your motivation for studying at that age, as long as these can be justified, it's fine. Abasha, if you can answer the New Zealand one.
For New Zealand, age limit is actually 55. But again, like as Mr. Amit said, that you need to be practical because, like, if your intention is to, like, get a job and settle in New Zealand, so we recommend, like, at least, like, if you can go before 45, that would be ideal. But the as per the immigration law, like, you can still apply till, like, you're 55.
I hope the panel answered your questions. If I may say your name, Chamudi. Panel, may correct me if I'm wrong. So one of another audience member has asked how to get scholarships for this. So from what I've learned, they have to be proactive. Their academics and extracurriculars also matter. So that's how you could get scholarships for any universities or any country you would want to go. I'm right there, Miss Abasha?
Yes, and also, Karishma, there are, like, automated scholarship also available. We can't say scholarship, we should say that, like, study grants. So that is, like, you don't need to apply. So when you, like, apply for the program, automatically you are getting it with the offer letters. So that is also there, like, that is, like, standard amount, like we would say, like, New Zealand dollars 3,000, 5,000 or 10,000. So that is, you don't need to apply separately. But when it's come to 50% or 100%, yes, as you said, that you need to like apply earliest as possible with your all like skills.
Understand.
Just to add to this, yes, that is correct. Automated scholarships are there, country scholarships are there from majority of the destinations and countries. Luckily, Sri Lanka is eligible for many scholarships, South Asia scholarships as well as Sri Lanka specific scholarships from many universities. But of course, you need to be proactive and apply early for these scholarships.
Moving into another hot question we got was like a very concerning question was why choose the transfer pathway option when they can directly apply? So what are the what the question was, what are the clear-cut financial and academic benefits of starting an undergraduate degree in Sri Lanka before transferring compared to starting all 4 years or 3 years directly abroad?
Definitely, these are very good question. Why we should do a program in Sri Lanka is one thing is the cost saving, and it's also equally recognized in majority of the countries, especially when it comes to PSL programs what Colombo International Campus is running. And if you consider the high national diploma, that is considered as the first 2 years, and you could seamlessly transfer into the final year in the UK. And in Australia, due to year regulations, most students opt for 1 year and 1 year, 2 years of study in Australia due to post-study work visa regulations. And also the foundation as well is equivalent to 3 A-level passes also. Definitely there is a massive cost difference. I would say we are looking at minimum of around minimum 5 million plus savings per year. And this is only the course fees. And on top of that, we are looking at living cost and other things, which could potentially mean 8 to 10 million. And depending on the rank of the university, this could even be more. I would say minimum saving of studying in Sri Lanka would be about 7 to 8 million per student for a student per year. And if they do study this way, and it's a no-brainer. I think Sri Lanka didn't have these seamless transfer options before, but now since we do have these options available, definitely it's a very good option to study in Sri Lanka and go. And in terms of the visa, also you are more the amount of financials that you need to show is definitely lesser. And as we know, that Sri Lanka being in different countries at different levels and the immigration risk to be different, the requirement of funds would be always lesser, and the immigration officer would view this in a positive manner that you have already started your studies, and also you do not have gaps in your education as well, which is also another excellent thing.
There's another private question which has been sent. This is for Australia. I'm planning to study the business as a degree, but my friend there suggested I learn an additional skill like hairdressing, fitness training, or something similar. In your opinion, which skill would be most useful or in demand in Australia? So, a demand, a hot topic in Australia as a subject, what would it be, I guess? Or an additional upskilling program, I think.
Sorry, Kanishma, can you tell me the skills again that
Yes.
they were?
So she wants to study, she or he, I'm sorry, but wants to study business as a degree in Australia. And I think what they're asking is a skill which would be useful in Australia with the degree they are doing. Because I think her or his friend has told to do like hairdressing or fitness training or something similar. So is that good for them, like additionally as an upskilling qualification?
Um, I think when it comes to upskilling qualification, it depends on what the student wants to do and whether the student is good at doing. Because just because someone has told them, okay, this will work out for you to get a part-time job or so, I don't think we can go by that. But of course, any qualification like how Mr. Amrit explained will be beneficial for them to get about their part-time work, maybe earn a few more bucks when it comes to covering their living cost. But I feel they should not restrict themselves to maybe hairdressing or fitness or anything like that. Because if that's the case, then it should complement their degree as well. So I feel they should not restrict themselves. But of course, any sort of qualification when it comes to part-time work would benefit, but mainly it is all random jobs like at maybe supermarkets or restaurants. So those really don't need any extra upskill works people can manage. So maybe concentrate more on your main degree and work towards that would be the best, in my opinion.
And just to add to this, Karishma, what I think is even more than some of these smaller programs like hairdressing and things like that, which could be very competitive to get jobs. But if you actually do concentrate on your English language ability, like do PTE or IELTS, and you have this on your CV, sometimes a potential employer might be hiring you for a sales position, a front office, even a cashier position, because they already know you have the level of English that they require. So, which might potentially even get you a slightly higher salary than a back office, like not a back office job, basically a back job where it's cleaning or just maybe working in a warehouse, which is very common. For students, we have to also understand and also maintain realistic expectations. Soon as you go into a country like this, you will definitely not get a really good full-time job immediately, or even part-time jobs to be suited to their career, what they were doing. Maybe they were doing really good jobs in Sri Lanka. However, when they go there, they would have to adjust and do those jobs. But these are basic skills like language skills, like English skills, definitely will be beneficial, not only in terms of this as well as the visa as well. So I always think it's a good option to look at that.
The next question, this is from the audience. All of these questions are from the audience. If we complete the HND in Colombo International Campus, can we apply for a scholarship in a BSc in another country?
Sorry, Karishma, if you can repeat the question again.
Basically, the question is, if the student completes a HND in Colombo International Campus, can that he or she apply for a scholarship, a BSc in another country?
Yes, definitely. There are many scholarships, and also I think we should be able to announce there will be certain specific universities giving specific special scholarships for CIC as well, particularly in the UK. And of course, any scholarship in it would be eligible based on your results. So, higher the grades, better chances of you always getting scholarship opportunities studying at Columbia International Campus as well.
I think this is basically a question for masters in Canada. Will a study or work gap affect when applying for a student visa?
It will. So it depends on how long it is. You need to justify. Study gaps are generally fine if you have work and you can justify. Depending, again, this is very subjective, depending on your level of study. So not sure if the student is master, applying for a master's or undergraduate study. So I'll answer both. If you're applying for undergraduate study and you have any gap more than 1.5 to 2 years, of course, risky. Because that shows that you are not interested in your studies so much. But if it's a master student and they are having even a 3-4 year study gap, that's fine because they have already completed the degree and then they are going ahead. And as long as they can justify why they want to do this, it's fine. I hope that answers the question.
Yes. So this student like to do a BSc in cybersecurity. Is it available in your campus? Yes, it is available. A BSc HND is available, as well as top-ups will be introduced. So a BSc in cybersecurity is available. And what are the countries we have a demand for cybersecurity?
I think everywhere, globally, there is a huge demand for cybersecurity anywhere, including Sri Lanka. We have a few more questions on the chat box also.
Yeah, these are private messages also I've gotten. I'm reading all those as well. Can we, this is from Miss Abash, as I'm not wrong. Can we apply for New Zealand February intake this month, or are we late to apply to the masters?
It's like this, is like we can apply for visa. We have enough time, but the problem is New Zealand universities are on holidays right now. So if you have not like already got the offer letter, then we have to wait till January intake. But they don't need to like worry about this because we do have multiple intakes available. So we'll say like if they are like too late to apply for Jan or February intake, most of the programs are available in March and April, and again like July. So what we can do is like if they can like connect us, so we can guide them through like the available options. So and if you have got the offer letters and if you have prepared all your documents, we are not like really late for February intake actually.
Um, I will ask this question. I'm sorry if I'm not supposed to mention the name, but Dananji has asked me a question regarding IELTS and PT, and we also had a question from a student which was a little elaborative than that. This. So let me ask that question. Okay. So basically, both the questions together. How important are tests like IELTS or PTE for visa and university applications in these top destinations? And what is the difference also, basically?
Doesn't matter, it's a personal preference which examination you want to take. It's IELTS or PT. Of course, you need to look at which level and if it's academic. And also before you apply, sometimes check certain English examinations may be not accepted by that country. Example, Canada, it could be different regulations by UK. Let's say if it's for a foundation studies, you need to do IELTS, obviously the UKVI based IELTS. But saying that not everyone needs to do that. So of course we need to be aware of that. It is very important, I would say, because it also suggests most of the time it's an immigration requirement as well. Of course, there are certain countries which will give IELTS waivers, especially like UK. A lot of the universities do give IELTS waivers. But again, getting back to what I told about IELTS and asking about these part-time jobs and everything, or PTE, whichever it is always good to do it. But again, if you have, it depends on the country again. Certain countries it will matter, certain countries it might not matter. But saying that all the immigrations are now looking into the English language requirements, even though there may be a waiver, immigration could always interview you, right? So if you haven't done any of these examinations, you potentially could be picked more than another student. So my tip would be, of course, please do any of these IELTS or PT examinations. It will be good.
In the comment chat, there is another question. UK master's degree will O level or A level English be compensating for IELTS requirements? Also, the bachelor's degree followed in English medium. Basically, I think they're asking whether it's a substitute for IELTS or PT if they did English in O levels or A levels, and also whether if they did the bachelor's in English.
Yeah, correct. That's what I was telling. Some universities do accept it, and based on yes, you can get waivers from your O levels or A level English results, or from based on medium of instruction. Example, if it's a UK degree conducted in Sri Lanka, or even a state university degree in Sri Lanka done in English medium, yes, there are waivers. For UK, it's not an issue, but of course recommended to do it. But again, it's up to the student.
Karishma, adding to it, like for New Zealand, we can't get IELTS waivers based on your O-level or A-level English marks. So the undergraduates IELTS waivers are not available for New Zealand. So be specific. But yes, as Mr. Amrit said, for masters we can get IELTS waivers, but we always recommend them to get either IELTS or PT qualification. It will like advance your visa application. So it will help you to get a job. So that's why we are asking student to do the IELTS or the PT. But yes, like there are waivers available for specifically master students.
So this is another question. Considering the current trends in the UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, what are the hottest, most in demand subject areas right now? and which subjects are projected to offer the best job security for graduates in the next 5 to 10 years?
This is a very difficult question as well as a good one, because these things can be changing. But of course, we could look at certain hot subjects like cybersecurity, AI, early childhood studies, teaching, psychology, engineering. These are all subjects which will remain in high demand areas always. And other than that, of course, medicine in certain areas also. And there are so many subjects, but these can vary. But saying that as long as these are new trending subjects doesn't mean the only way to get the PR, but there are so many other subjects as well. Yes, I hope that's clear, because it's a very wide area and also a wide research has to be done based on that. But for that, I think personal individual counseling with each student based on their requirement, based on their background, needs to be done thoroughly to understand what really fits them really well. So what I gave is an overall picture. But yes, of course, cybersecurity, we know there's a huge number of jobs. Anything related to AI, there's AI boom. Of course, there are jobs. There is a lack of teachers, lack of nurses, lack of doctors, lack of engineers as well. But of course, all these subjects are changing. So maybe certain specializations is something that we need to look out for. And there are so many emerging new areas which could be potentially changing in the next 1 to 2 years as well. With the AI revolution coming through, a lot of the subjects might change, and the way we think about also might change.
Another question would be, how does the CEIC specifically support students in selecting a destination and program that is optimized for their long-term career?
So just like the previous answer, I think we need to understand from a student's point and based on their requirements, as well as based their previous studies, their expectations, and the preferred destination, either in Sri Lanka or abroad. Yes, we can custom tailor and advise them to make sure that they are successful in whatever they want to do.
Which countries has better scope for HR profession and any other postgraduate studies which studies which can complement HR in the future with the trend with immigration intention?
HR could be a difficult subject to get PRs globally at the moment because it is changing. However, is this at master's? Not sure if this is master's level or undergraduate level. Maybe at master's level, there may be opportunities for students because if they have a certain number of years of experience and things like that, yes, there could be potentially opportunities to get jobs. But of course, again, for the HR professionals, maybe it may be important for them to upskill themselves into other subjects also, and maybe even certain subjects like AI might be useful for them because HR, how the recruitment cycles always happen, and even managing many softwares are coming through, many things are getting automated in this field. So it could be a very difficult area. But again, for a country wise, it depends again, my answer, if it's with dependence, without dependence. So if I can have a little bit more information, of course, I'm more than happy to answer that one. So that it will, I can, without giving a general answer, I can give a very specific answer for this one.
So yes, this question which we've gotten this question even in the survey we sent around. What is the cost of Campus Direct to helping students?
Zero. So it's zero cost. We do not charge anything for our services. All the institutions that we work with will be a zero cost from our end for students, as well as the only thing what they would need to have ready is obviously course fees and visa application fees, things like that, which will be charges from other immigration or the university directly. And also another thing is we do not take any We do not take any payments. We do not make your university make payments, or you don't need to make the university payment to us. Everything is very transparent. It always goes directly to the university. Zero charges again.
So basically, they need to have all the applications and show money ready, but nothing for CD UK. They just need to come with the documents and everything ready for you all to process. And you will guide them. Another question. In Sri Lanka, 4-year degrees are mostly with 120 credits, but many countries ask for 180 credits. Bachelor's degree as an entry requirement for master's degree. What is your opinion and the strategy for this?
Ashif, you can answer this one.
Basically, Karishma, bachelor's, it's only 120 credits. Because like per year, you can only get 120 credits. That's what like you get to 360 credit for your entire bachelor's qualifications. So we didn't see like any universities asking 180 credits per year. So yes, there are like 180 credits master's programs or the postgraduate qualifications available, but as an entry qualification, they are not asking 180 credits.
Okay. This question is for Australia. I'm planning to do my master's in teaching in Australia. I have an IT degree completed and I have experience in tutoring in maths at an institute. What are the opportunities and regions in Australia?
So, Karisma, for Australia, if they're coming from a different background, like it's basically like a kind of a career switch, it is acceptable, but we don't have a lot of options because there is Master of Teaching in certain universities which will allow from a non-education background bachelor's, but it's very limited. And they will look at a higher IELTS rate, all that will come into place. But it's not a no from our end or from the university's end, but the choices are very limited. And they can only go for like primary and secondary teaching.
Again, this is for you, Miss Sayanthi. It's for Australia again. If I apply for a psychology bachelor's degree in Australia, would it be a good path to settle in Australia? Could you please explain?
Okay. We cannot really give the migration part of it. Like we don't give advice on migration or PR path. But as a subject, it is definitely a well demanded subject where you can really settle in if you do it the correct way and you get your post study. Of course, you can work around that time to get your points to apply for your PR. But again, we are an education consultancy company, so we are not supposed to give out the PR information as such, and we don't have such information. But definitely, when it comes to the subject, if he or she is confused with the psychology, is a good area to get in. It is definitely a good area to get in. Wherever it's not only Australia, I think worldwide, it is one of the upcoming demanding programs.
Thank you, Miss Sayanthi. I think this is again going to come to you, but in the UK, the rules and regulations have been increased and dependents are going by MSc in research work. And in future, is it productive to go to UK, study and live? And Australia and Canada is the same. What is the productive strategy to apply for an MSc basically in Australia, Canada and UK? Work and
So
live.
I'll answer the UK one. So I think, yes, there was a regulation change. Students need to go for Masters by Research programs if they do need to take their dependents. The best option is, of course, you need to look at if you are interested in research in the first thing. Otherwise, again, it's going to come back to my first question. If you do something you don't like, it could be quite difficult and challenging for you to settle down. But saying that, in my experience, most students who have gone to the UK are still there and they are having good jobs. It's always important that you select the subject area that you really like, even on a research one, and understand going from a work environment, maybe you are into, say, example, say, IT background, or maybe working in as a programmer right now, but you want to get into research. This could be a challenge unless you are ready for it. and also you should be highly academic when you're looking at research programs. Yes, a lot of people are going there, but in my personal opinion, I would not recommend you to go for a master's by research unless you are really certain that you really want to do a research. There are so many other options than the UK. Example, New Zealand could be a potentially good option if you want to take your family and go, and you don't need to do a research program over there. And even Australia is another issue because after 35, it's quite difficult. It's not, you're not getting the post-study work visa as well. So, which is, these common information which everyone knows. However, it's important that we understand certain countries, different countries have different regulations. So New Zealand is more welcoming towards that. So maybe New Zealand is a good option, and also there's so many Sri Lankans who are taking that option up. There are so many good universities there as well. So I think Abhasha, if you can add on to this.
Yes, like with the all the restrictions, yes, like you can like take your dependents and like go with your master's qualifications for New Zealand. And also like you have like so many like subjects available. So and also like as example, like we'll say like you have like experience in Sri Lanka as in a bank, like specifically like when it's come to getting a job, they are counting your like Sri Lankan experience as well. So we do have like our students who got like jobs and PR right away. They are like, you know, graduation. And also like if I be specific about the subjects, like if you are coming from academics, like there are like so many lecturers like right now working for like so many universities. So like we'll say if you are doing a research qualification also, you have job, but it's always depend on you, because like we can't say that like you will definitely get a job from like university or a like, you know, private institution. But yes, if you have a skill, yes, you have like, you know, job opportunities available. And also like in terms of like civil engineering, teaching, nursing, like these jobs are still in green list, that's mean like demand list. So if you are like coming from that like, you know, areas, you have high potential of getting a job like right away like your graduation. But again, we can't promise anything. uh, but comparatively to like other countries, you have like many opportunities available in New Zealand right now, and they are welcoming international students because they do have like need workforce. So that is like something like, you know, positive right now for New Zealand. But again, as Mr. Amit said, that like we can't predict anything like into like, you know, 5 years or 2 years. We can only say that like right now conditions to the students.
Also, there are a lot of questions from second year and third year government university students, whether there are scholarships which we offer through CDUK. Are there any scholarships, Mr. Amrit?
So, yeah. So for the scholarships, what we could do is there are many scholarships that the universities are offering, which we are always advised and trained by the universities how to guide these students. And of course, they could potentially look at transferring out once they complete the program. And it's always, as Ayanti explained before, also it's always good to get in touch with us before so that we can explain even these particular grade points that you achieve would enable you to get certain scholarships. Maybe it's a small difference. If you do work a little bit harder, you might be eligible for those ones. And I think there's another question, Karshma, I'll just explain. I'm a temporary lecturer at University of Peradeniya, and I am planning to do my higher degree in UK. I'm majoring in political science. Is there opportunity to do political science in the UK? Yes, of course. One thing is, in the UK, there is any subject available, and political science is a very popular area there. Of course, and there are research subjects as well if you're looking at going with dependence or anything like that. So yes, it's a area that which is commonly available in most of the universities in the UK. For My advice is for subjects like political science, we could look at high tier, higher ranked universities, which would be better in terms of the overall job opportunities, or even when it comes to your next level of lecturing that you are looking at, even coming back to Sri Lanka, or to join something over there, or apply from UK to another country. There's so many opportunities. So higher ranked universities would be the best choice for subjects like political science, and especially masters, and since you're academic as well. Kashma, you're on mute.
Sorry. So, is there any diploma programs in Colombo International Campus which happens online and on IT?
I think we are coming up with a few new interesting programs which will be on our social media pages.
And Karishma,
Got
like
it.
I have got like few questions to like inbox as well, so I have answered them. So, and like inbox is floating with the questions right now.
The question I've got is, how about the potential for sports science masters in the UK universities? Of course, a very, very high demand area. There's a lot of massive potential doing this subject in the UK. And Abasha, you have got a good question. What is the cost effectiveness compared to UK and New Zealand? It's a tough one because you can't just compare only cost-wise, but you need to consider many other things.
As well, yeah.
But yes, Abash, if you can explain why and how the cost works.
Yeah, so like in terms of undergraduate programs, I would say like UK is very cost effective programs. So because like for New Zealand, like if you want to apply for undergraduates, like if you want to go for like all 3 years, you need to pay all 3 years tuition fee at once if you want to get the visa at a stretch. If not, you need to apply visa every year. Like that's mean you need to renew your visa every year. So that means like you need to pay like visa fees as well every year. So, and also like in terms of like showing funds, like actually it's a bit tough if you compare to UK. In terms of like undergraduates, I always recommend either you to go for a like top up degrees, like the HNDs we provide at our CIC, or else like better to go for UK. But yes, if anyone wanted to like exactly go to New Zealand, we welcome students and we do like visas, but like it's always cost effective UK. But in terms of like master's qualifications, I would say like it's I can't say like 100% cost effective, but like we do have like so many options available in polytechnics. That's mean you don't need to specifically go for universities. Like if you compare like the tuition fees, it's like actually very low in polytechnics or a private institution, so you have more options available, and also your return on investment is more beneficial in New Zealand than UK, because you get like 3 years post study work visa, whereas you have like more time to find a job, and also getting PR again it's easy for postgraduate students. So I would say, in my opinion, undergraduates like I would recommend UK, and postgraduates I would recommend New Zealand.
100% agree on that, I think, with you.
What are the transfer pathways from Colombo International Campus to New Zealand?
So for New Zealand, we are working on quite a few partnerships, as well as Pearson's already have quite a few, almost all the universities mapped out, and there is seamless transfer options for those students who would be studying at CSE to go get into New Zealand. This could potentially be in for UG level mainly, or after completing the degree at CSE in the future, they could potentially go into the master's programs as well. Yeah.
I recently completed my degree in agriculture technology and management with a first class. Her partner completed his degree in automobile engineering, and he has job experience also. Which country is suitable for both of them? And they hope to apply for a scholarship as well.
I think New Zealand would be better for agriculture, definitely, because it's an agricultural-based country. And Abasha can give more information if the student wants, and her details can be shared as well.
Yeah, and also like if they're having a first class, that's mean like you're eligible to apply for a good scholarship as well. And they do have like specific universities for agriculture. And like don't like forget like New Zealand is an agriculture based like country, so you have like so many opportunities available in New Zealand. So it's a like good choice to like apply for New Zealand if you have a like very good agricultural background, and also automobile also in demand. So yes, like either of them can apply, or else like both of them can apply for New Zealand.
We'll take the last few questions quickly because we are conscious of time of everyone. And if you can, Kashma, we can quickly, if there are any common questions also, we are more than happy to answer.
Yeah. New Zealand is a good choice for a master's in that context. How about Canada? What is the current situation in Canada?
Canada, the visa approval rate is low at the moment. I think it's a common thing, but of course, this is not going to be there for a long time. And obviously, if you are looking at maybe planning for the future, yes, Canada is still a very good option for studies, undergraduate as well as master's level both.
What are the pathway opportunities available for the hospitality and culinary students in UK, Australia, or New Zealand via Campus Direct?
We have multiple options in all three countries, so we are more than happy to guide them if they do contact any one of us.
Quite the other questions are quite what we've answered already, but if you still have problems with any of the questions which we answered, or any other questions you all have currently, we are more than happy to address it. We are located in Borella, and also Campus Direct. We have our head office in Gower Street near Police Park, and also we have a branch open in Kandy. So we are always there for y'all to visit, as well as I will just drop our numbers for everyone to see, so y'all can contact either Campus Direct or Colombo International Campus for any of the queries. So lastly, it was an amazing hour. It was an engaging hour because we got a lot of questions flooding our DMs and also the group chats. So I hope we covered not just all the topics, but also saved you all quite millions in tuition accommodation, because giving you a best and secure transfer pathway is what our ideal goal is. Not just blindly apply through an agent, but also giving you 100% smooth transfer pathway from Sri Lanka to any country you want. So the takeaway is simple from this webinar. Your pathway doesn't have to look like everyone else's. As Ms. Ayanti said, don't do what others tell you, but have a proper understanding of what's good for you, what's right for you, and what is suited for that country. So through CIC and Campus Direct, you have a direct line to the world's best institutions, backed by 17 years of expertise and with zero gray areas. So thank you, Mr. Amrit, Ms. Abasha, and Ms. Ayanti for your incredible insights, and also thank you for tuning in until the very end. So remember that the best pathway to predict your future is to create it. Not just blind follow. Get your guidance from Campus Direct, and you can contact us and we will connect you all with Campus Direct. And if you all have any intention of finishing your studies in Sri Lanka and then transferring abroad to get a better, stronger foundation for you all, that pathway is open for you all through our foundations and HNDs in Colombo International Campus. So visit us in Borella. Reach out to our officers again, as I said, in Kandy and Colombo for Campus Direct as well. And let's start building your pathway today. Again, I dropped the numbers. So have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you at the top.
Thank you,
so much,
Karishma. Thank you, Karishma, for that.
Thank you.